Vance Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, can I speak to Detective Labor?
Labor. Oh, Labra.
Yes.
Oh, she doesn't, I don't think she's here. Hold on.
Sheriff Brame, how can I help you?
Hey, how you doing, Sheriff?
All right.
All right. Yeah, this is Mr. Taylor. I was just calling to see if there was any progress with the Javion Magee investigation.
Sir, no.
Okay. So y'all haven't made no progress?
Okay, sir. If you want to come up here and ask me a question, I'm not answering any because you took what I talked to you last time. You put it all over TikTok. So please, if you call him regarding Javion, you're not an attorney. Please don't call me anymore regarding Javion Magee. Okay?
Well, I'm just a concerned citizen that.
I know, sir, but you take something with and you put it on TikTok and and you support this officer. I appreciate you not calling me anymore. Okay?
You said what now?
I appreciate you not calling me anymore regarding Javion Magee, okay?
Well, we're concerned black people who are concerned.
I'm getting ready to hang up the phone. You have a blessed day. Thank you.
All right. You still getting those threats? All right, ladies and gentlemen. There you have an attempt that I attempted to speak with our good brother, Sheriff Curtis Brame, on Wednesday morning, and you heard our brief interaction where I tried to express concern about the stagnation of an investigation, and you heard him say that, he don't want to talk to me. I'm not an attorney. I took what he said last time and put it on TikTok. I don't know what his fascination is with TikTok, but nevertheless, he doesn't know the difference between TikTok and YouTube. But I did try to express concern as a citizen. And if you heard him say, if you want to come down and talk to me, then you can come down and talk to me. But he's not discussing nothing over the phone. He's not going to talk about Javion Magee anymore. And as you mentioned, or as you saw, he most conveniently hung up the phone on me. And before I could ask him about the threats. Now, I'm going to play some other video from some other testimonies about those threats. And it was reported to me, once again, I have not confirmed it, that once again, our good brother, Sheriff Brame, had some more hands and feet that were applied to his person. Now, I can't confirm that. That is alleged. But I'm going to play you some video about somebody seeing that as much. But as you can tell from his demeanor, he definitely seemed a little disturbed, if not scared. So some of these allegations of him being threatened may be true. I've heard that several times from several different people from our last conversation. Many people feel that, he's under a lot of pressure from both sides, from, the concerned people who was concerned about the expiration of our brother Javion Magee, and also some of the people whom he might be protecting. Now, also, I'm going to show some videos and some articles about the history of corruption and cover-up in the Vance County Sheriff Office. But also, I'm going to show you how Sheriff Brame has stuck by his officers accused of committing crimes in the past. So this shows a definite pattern of this law enforcement. We all know that Detective Torrance Terry was alleged to be the gentleman, the black gentleman in the picture. And many of you guys have sent photos, and we're going to probably go over those photos later. But I also received some more information about, Terry, Brame, some more officers, Patel, Lachey Clayton. Just so many people have been pouring in information from the town about, the character and the integrity of the Vance County Sheriff Department. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. But make sure, once again, you like the video, share the video, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, please, I humbly ask of you to subscribe. And we're going to stand on Luke 12:3, 12:2-3. Those things, there's nothing hidden, or everything that is hidden shall be revealed, and there is nothing done in secret that shall not be made known. So that's what we're going to focus on. Stay tuned real quick while I play this commercial. Then we're going to get right back into the discussion about Sheriff Brame.
From local stories to Wayne County news, get ready to dive into everything happening in North Carolina with Taylor House Publishing. Got a story to share? Shoot us an email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. If you're looking to publish your book or need some top-notch mentorship, we've got your back. Join the excitement with the one and only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House brings the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Local stories that keep you on your feet.
Taylor House, we got the scoop.
Taylor House Publishing.
So look, so also you told me somebody told you something about what happened to Sheriff Brame recently.
Yeah, oh, that was this morning. Somebody told me his house got shot up almost 300 times, like, over this week.
But
And Bonnie told me he was jogging yesterday or this morning, and I think yesterday morning, and they beat him up. Jumped out the car and beat him up.
and you said,
He wasn't in his uniform.
okay, who is they though? Who they saying did it?
Bonnie didn't tell me who. She just said a couple dudes jumped out and beat him up. That's what's floating all around on Facebook and on Henderson.
On Facebook.
Since yesterday and today.
So
Which
look,
I can find out for sure in 5 minutes. It won't take me but a minute to find out.
all right, find out. Well, you said you seen it on Facebook. If you see it on Facebook, you know how to screenshot it.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll get Bonnie. She whatever she seen, because I told her today I'd probably hear from her, and she was like, yeah, man, I seen that his house got shot up and he got beat up. His mama, somebody was taking pictures and putting them all around town and on Facebook of his mother in a rope hanging from a tree.
Oh,
They've been messing
okay.
with Curtis Brame really hard since this.
That's what they said. In he said he been getting a lot of threats.
Yeah.
Right. So, there you hear one of the Henderson sources talking about the good Sheriff Brame, and the word around town is once again that he was jogging, allegedly, and somebody jumped out on him. He didn't have on his uniform, probably had on a little jogging suit, little Adidas. He like Adidas wear. And somebody jumped out and put hands and feet upon, the subject's body, police terminology, upon the suspect's person. And he also mentioned, and I think Sheriff Brame mentioned this before, where they were, talking about his mom. He mentioned that, they were putting pictures of his mother on Facebook with a rope tied around her neck. Now, that does not sound like a threat from black people. Right? Am I wrong? Y'all let me know in the comments. That sounds like a threat from the Triple K or the Light crowd. So that may be a part of why that he does not want to discuss anything with us, Mr. Taylor. He would want me to come down personally, and I'm going to, make that call later on in the video. So we see definitely Sheriff is under a lot of pressure. He sees, as you heard him say, that he knows that video is out there with the interview. He knows that we are still applying pressure. And so once again, we can't let up with that pressure because we don't want him to kind of slip under the rug and cover things up like he has been doing. Now, I'm going to show you an article Matter of fact, I'm not even going to show you the article. First, I am going to play a video. And this video is from WRAL. And the video highlights this right here. 3 Vance deputies charged with taking suspected dealer's Cadillac, trying to cover it up. So I'm going to play this real quick. And this happened April 27, 2021. Only 3 years ago. But let's look at the history of the Vance County Sheriff Department and its leader, which is at this time Sheriff Brame. Let's get to it.
3 Vance County deputies on the other side of the law today, and they have all surrendered. Now they're charged with embezzlement and conspiracy in an illegal seizure case. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Lena Tillett. This is a story you will only see on WRAL. WRAL Investigates. Cullen Browder was there today as the deputies surrendered to the SBI here in Raleigh. Cullen joins us live from the Wake County Detention Center with the origin of these charges. Cullen?
So, Lena, this case really goes beyond the illegal seizure of a suspect's vehicle. It spiraled into an alleged cover-up. Court records show that these deputies were warned about their actions but did not stop, and as a result, they turned themselves into the SBI right here this morning. Instead of taking suspects to face a magistrate, 3 Vance County Sheriff's deputies were the suspects. Their attorneys first tried to bar our cameras from the detention center, then attempted to block our view. Steve Staten, a former SBI agent and second in command for the Vance County Sheriff, along with deputies Parav Patel and Mitch Pittman, all face embezzlement by government employees, title fraud, and obstruction of justice charges. Indictments relate to illegal seizure of a 2007 Cadillac similar to this one last year. Court records show a suspect was stopped in the car. The deputies are accused of bypassing the courts, intimidating the suspect's aunt and a Virginia car dealer to give up ownership and transfer title to the sheriff's office. Despite guidance from Homeland Security that the case didn't meet criteria for seizure, investigators say those deputies persisted. Pittman already faced extortion charges from last fall. Patel's attorney offered this statement about the case.
Justice will be served. Far too often, the criminal justice system is used to oppress. We're going to be using the criminal justice system to liberate. There needs to be a change. We're going to start that change right now. No more comments.
He offered no further explanation what he meant. Waiting on comment from Vance County Sheriff Curtis Brame about this case and on the status of these particular deputies. They bonded out on unsecured bond earlier, I should say, this afternoon. Lena.
Cullen Browder live at the Wake County Detention Center. Thank you.
All right. First of all, man, just let me talk about my brother with the lawyer with the red, white, and blue bandana. I didn't know what he was talking about. He's trying to pull the race card on his clients who were basically strong-arming dealers or street guys who were in the streets trying to strong-arm them. The justice system has been to oppress. Well, now we're going to leave it to liberate. I have no more comments. And the news person felt like me. He offered no explanation on what he meant. That's right. Well, I don't know what you mean, my brother. You sounded good, but you talking about nothing. Nevertheless, these 3 men, Stephen Stateman, Parav Patel, and Mitch Pittman, were 3 Vance County Sheriff officers who were illegally seizing individuals' property while stopping them or arresting them. Now, in this particular case, they didn't even arrest the guy, but they tried to get him to put the car in their name, right? And so, as the guy mentioned, he said it goes beyond just the seizure. It dives into a cover-up. What do we see here? A cover-up. He says these deputies were warned several times and did not stop their behavior. That means that this is not the first time that they're doing this. Look at them. Like all 3 of them, look kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like they own a couple of intoxicants here and there. Nevertheless, one, you know, all of them were charged with like embezzlement and fraud and all of those things. These are Vance County's finest, for lack of a better word. And they was once again taking the cars of people, as the article mentioned. They tried to intimidate the man's aunt to put the title in their name. That's bullying. You know, I know the lady was probably old. They gonna try to bully this lady, and she refused. She stood her ground. And they said Pittman was already facing extortion charges. Now, what was he facing the charges and still allowed to perform his quote-unquote duty? And, you know, that lawyer, once again, I don't know what his thing was, but this happened in 2021, right? And if you read the words of the article, but look at the end of the article, it says Vance County Sheriff Curtis Brame said Wednesday that all 3 deputies have been suspended until the criminal cases are resolved, but he stands by them. But he stands by them. Meaning, he stands by the criminal actions of these deputies. Yeah, the same man that just hung up on me and said he didn't want to talk to me because I put our conversation on TikTok stands by the actions of these deputies who are committing crimes against basically the community, crimes against their office. Now, to further verify this point, now once again, this is the same guy talking from earlier. This is what he says about those particular officers. Now, actually, this is why I looked up that article. If it was not for him, the man that you're about to hear, I would have never known about Officer Patel, Pittman. These guys just did this 3 years ago. But listen to him explain what they were doing. Verbatim, almost to the T of what the news article says. Also, you told one more thing, then I'm gonna let you go. You told me about the officers. What were the officers doing back in the days?
Man, these sons of bitches pulling over was going in their house, taking their money, taking their cars, and making these to sign the cars over to them. Look up what Vance County Sheriff's corrupt cops. One of the officers' name was Patel, because he pulled me over for speeding one day, and they threw it out of court because they couldn't trust anything that he said after that.
Okay. They
were trying to find me guilty, and I won't have it. And I'm like, how y'all gonna find me guilty on this man's word when he's taking stuff from people? And they finally threw it out. His name was Patel, and then there was another black sheriff, and I think a white one, but that's Vance County Sheriffs. And he been but 2.5, 3 years ago. Maybe 2021. They all crooked, man.
Yeah.
Patel, all of them.
Okay.
If it ain't got something to do with a little young brother shooting somebody or heroin, they don't want nothing to do with it. They don't care. They ain't gonna investigate it. If it's got something to do with heroin, oh yeah, they'll investigate it with the quickest.
Okay. All right, so there you have it. He literally said the same thing that the article said about 2.5, 3 years ago. The whole sheriff office is crooked. They said the guy Patel stopped them and they had to throw his charges out because they couldn't believe a word that they said. Now, this is once again Vance County Sheriff Department, the same department that says, okay, well, you know, this investigation, we didn't yield anything after only one car going to the scene, as I said yesterday, and one ambulance going to the scene. But don't forget our brother, William Curran. This is William Randolph Curran. Now, this is from a while back, but it says 3 Warren County law officers face felony charges of pocketing property seized in raid, sources said. Warren County grand jury indicted Bobby Dean Bolton, Richard Allen Coleman, and William Randolph Curran, a former detective in the Henderson Vance County Vice Unit. and you see the end of the article. It says Kern is accused of keeping 2 handguns and a pair of binoculars seized during raids. Now, again, this happened, I think maybe, well, this is updated 2015. So I don't know, but then it says May 1990. But regardless of the fact, this is a history of officers being above the law, taking what they want, being, like Denzel in Training Day almost, doing whatever they was, being above the law. And these are the guys that we expect to tell us that there's nothing fishy about what happened to our brother Javion. Now, I also got a chance to talk to another resident, and she said, yeah, this, I've heard stories about these Vance County officials and lawyers. She told me one story. Now, y'all can confirm this or not. Allegedly, there was this lawyer, a white lawyer back in the day, who impregnated a black woman, and I think he said he beat her till she expired, and then they ran her relative out of town. Now, y'all don't know. Y'all give me the case law. Y'all do the research, and so we can discuss that too. But Henderson and Vance County have a history of, according to this lady, once again, not caring about crimes done by the police. Like she said that, Vance County or Henderson is called the Gate. And they said the reason they call it the Gate because it's right by Highway 1 and 85. And to get to either one of them, you got to go there. And that's why they said they get some of the best substances that, that come through. Now, once again, I'm glad I don't mess around anymore because I would be able to tell you if that's true or not. But, she claimed that there were a lot of expirations due to usage, whether that's overusage or getting a hold of some bad things. But she also mentioned old Torrance Terry. We're gonna have to do a whole show on him, but he was said to have grown up, being bullied. And of course, we all know when the officers grow up getting bullied, what do? When they get that badge, that gun, that nightstick, and that mace, they become the bully. And so, they mentioned how he had changed. And once again, we're gonna dive into old Torrance Terry because evidently that is the man. A lot of people are sending photos, and the photos getting better and better to looking like him. Some of y'all sending me photos of some people I don't even know, but they don't look like him neither. But, I appreciate it. Keep sending them in. But, I wanted to share this because, once again, we know Sheriff Brame is intent on letting this go away. But as you see from this video, this evidence that this county, this sheriff has a history of covering up. Y'all seen the video with the Vance County Sheriff officers who slammed the child down. And you see how he stood by that officer as well. So this guy right here is and they also told me how he came up. He was that way. He was above the law himself. So if you have a sheriff who exhibits that behavior, then it's only right, it's only natural that his underlings or his minions, as I called them yesterday, perform in that same manner. So we're going to keep the pressure hot on Sheriff Brame, continue to call up there. But I do want to say that, yeah, I think it is time to go down and talk to the sheriff in a peaceful manner and, express some concerns, some demands, some expectations about the outcome of this situation. And so, if anybody is willing to accompany me, because of course he invited me, but I don't feel comfortable going by myself. If anybody is willing to accompany me off air, you have the number 919-587-7782, or my email is taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. We're going to set up a date and time. I've already been talking to a few other people, and they are willing to accompany us as a group. But we're going to set up a date and time to come and speak with our dear brother, Sheriff Brame. And we're going to bring, you know, those letters, those FOIA requests, those inquiries, you know, bring all your questions that you've been asking me for the past month. We're going to bring all of those things, bring your documentation, bring your, your legislation, letting them know that we deserve to know this and we have a right to know that. All of you guys who've been, involved. And if you can't make it, please let us know what we should be going down there and asking and talking to them, coming in the spirit of truth, in the spirit of peace, the spirit of righteousness, and in the spirit of justice. No other spirits. You know, if you're coming in another spirit that doesn't align with those spirits right there, then, you know, we won't need you, you know. But, you know, nevertheless, if anybody is willing to accompany me, call me, 919-587-7782. Or you can email me, taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com, so we can discuss the logistics off the air and, you know, possibly be able to go down and once again shed some light in person, in the physical form, as well as the spiritual form, to go down there and, you know, see what our dear brother, Sheriff Brame, and, you know, maybe even the mayor, the council members, all of those individuals, we will be able to see and hear and make our presence known about, you know, how we feel about how this investigation has transpired. But nevertheless, you know, thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, most praises, all praises due to the Most High God. Luke 12:2-3. Everything that is hidden will be revealed, and there is nothing done in secret that shall not be made known. I thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a blessed day.